What's up, everyone? So, as usual, on the last day, I figured out how to work the light on my iPhone on the auto flash. Anyway, we are winding down. It is day 4 of CinemaCon. I am going to talk a little bit about the Disney presentation. I don't really have much to say about that presentation. It was a solid showing. They showed us like 70 minutes of new footage on basically 3 properties. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go over it. And now a lot of you are probably wondering, I'm probably tired of seeing this backdrop, but I would love to shoot around Caesars, but the problem is they play loud music in the hallways, and if I filmed anywhere in Caesar Palace, they would automatically get copyright struck because of all the background music. So I'm kind of stuck here in this fabulous room. So anyway, Disney presentation. There wasn't much, honestly. They basically showed they showed several things. They gave us the first opening reel of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. They gave us 30 minutes of Buzz Lightyear, which was amazing. They showed us the first 8 minutes of Bob's Burger, and then they gave us a 1-minute clip of Avatar. And that was it. That was pretty much the entire presentation. So I could probably end this video right now, but I'm not. So basically, the show started off with the head of Disney Theatrical Distribution, Tony Chambers, coming out talking about everything, the theatrical experience and everything big on the theatrical experience, blah, 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 blah. And then and it was weird because before he walked off the stage, he was like, yeah, and we have about 17 minutes of exclusive new footage for you guys to see. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh no. We only have 17 minutes of footage for a 90-minute presentation? What are you doing, Disney? So I was immediately ready to be like annoyed by this entire presentation. But Kevin Feige came out, and he talked a little bit about the theatrical experience and how he wished he flew in from the Marvel retreat where they're currently planning out the next 10 years of Marvel. And he would love to be able to show us all of Doctor Strange, but Disney doesn't believe in that. He wants everyone's first experience to be seeing the full movie, in the theater. And I'm sitting there thinking in the back of my mind, that's utter BS, because just last year they showed us all of Shang-Chi like 3 months before it came out. So you can't show us all of Shang-Chi and then come out with some BS. Oh, well, we want everyone's first experience to see this full movie at the theater. And if that's the case, why waste our time showing us the first reel of Doctor Strange? I'm one of these people. I know a lot of people go nuts and Disney does this all the time at CinemaCon, where they'll just show us the first 20 or 30 minutes or something. And honestly, that kind of buzzed me, because it always cuts right when you're finally really getting into whatever it is you're watching. And then by the time the movie comes out, I have no interest in seeing the movie, because I feel like I already saw it. I mean, in a way you have, because you saw the first 25 minutes. So Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness opens, and you see the first 25 minutes of the movie where they set up the entire story. I'm not even sure how much I could say without the Disney cops coming down on me, but it basically opens with Doctor Strange and America Chavez. And I've heard her name over the last few years, but I know nothing about American Chavez. And honestly, I don't know much about any of Marvel's new heroes that they've created in the last 10 years, because I haven't really been following Marvel comics all that much. American Chavez is very heavily involved in this story. Apparently, one of her powers is she can go through multi-dimensional travel. So that's how they're going to unlock the story, because she's going to help Doctor Strange go through different dimensions. And apparently there's some kind of creature or being that wants to steal her powers for nefarious reasons, I guess. I wonder if Kang the Conqueror is going to be involved in this movie. So the film opens with in a multiverse with the variant Doctor Strange and American Chavez running away from this creature. So it's a big action opening set piece, and where Doctor Strange is trying to save her and get her out, get her to this crystal thing, and eventually Doctor Strange realizes that, hey, he's not gonna succeed in protecting her, so he basically tries to kill her. And then and this is all happens in the first 5 minutes. So um so then so then what happens is the monster tries to kill her, and Doctor Strange is trying to protect her, but he realizes he can't. And the life of one versus the life of the entire multiverse is no contest. So Doctor Strange tries to kill her, and basically the monster kills the variant Strange, and then she runs off, and ends up in our world. And I'm kind of sugarcoating. I'm glossing over a lot of stuff that happened in that first 20 minutes. From there, another monster tracks her down to the main MCU world. Doctor Strange is attending a wedding. When this monster attacks New York, he goes down, he does his Sorcerer Supreme stuff, and he's no longer the Sorcerer Supreme. Wong is actually the Sorcerer Supreme now, probably after the events Spider-Man No Way Home. They probably stripped him of his title. So there's a nice action set piece. And American Chavez doesn't do anything. She's just running away. And she's just running away from the monsters, which is what any sane person does. So we don't really get to see her powers or anything. It's just her. Well, we see a little bit of her power towards the end of the sequence, where she breaks off a brick or something from a ledge. That's about all she does in that entire sequence. Then she explains the multiverse and everything that's going on, and then they realize that basically they're not dealing with magic, they're dealing with witches. So Doctor Strange is like, I know one of the most powerful witches in the universe. So that's how you bring in Wanda. And then that's where the movie ends. So that's where the clip ends. So it was really good. You really get a sense of what the movie's going to be like. There's going to be some really nice. You get marbleized blood. You don't get blood. You get marbleized blood. So when they're chopping off the arms and stuff of these monsters, you see the limbs being severed and falling on the ground, and it's splat, and all the green blood and stuff oozing out. So that was really nice. You actually see a little bit of why Raimi says this is probably going to be Marvel kind of horror movie. And you get a glimpse of that in the first two fight sequences, when the way they fight these monsters. And these monsters are big and detailed, and yeah. So that was really good. So after that, they come out, and I don't remember if anyone introduced Lightyear. I don't remember. There was no celebrities on hand for the Disney presentation. It was all pretty much just the executives coming out, and after a while, all those executives blend together. So then we get Lightyear, and I'm going to have to say I'm the one who doesn't really like Pixar movies. I'll throw that out there. I've never particularly liked Pixar movies. I just don't. But anyway, and I've never particularly sat down and watched the Toy Story movies, the Toy Story movies, or Finding Nemo, or any of that stuff, because Pixar just doesn't interest me. But Lightyear, we watched 30 minutes of Lightyear, and it's brilliant. Christopher Evans is playing Buzz Lightyear. And in the first couple of minutes, we're introduced to the situation where basically Buzz Lightyear is, Space Marine, and they're flying in a spaceship called the Turnip. And the Turnip, it has housed a couple of hundred people in it, and he's ferreting them somewhere. They don't really say where these people are going or where they're trying to get to, but the Turnip ends up on this mysterious planet, and they get attacked, and then they get stuck on this planet. And it's up to and Lightyear's mission is he wants to get those people home, no matter the cost. So they had to find this. They had to find a fuel cell. They had to mine a unique fuel cell. And what happens is he puts the fuel cell in his ship. And every time he does a test flight, 4 years of his life passes, but everything else on the planet goes in normal time. So he's obsessed with finishing the mission, and as he finishes the mission, tries to finish the mission, the entire world changes around him, but he doesn't. So 40 after like 30 failed flights, he basically lost 44 years of life on the planet as his friends grow up and die and change, and eventually everyone is like, we're just going to stay here. I mean, we built the society here, we grew up here, we have a generation now living here. They don't want to leave, but like Buzz is obsessed with finishing the mission and getting these people home without realizing that, yeah, these people are already home. So he becomes a pariah and told to abandon his mission, but he won't. And from there, that's how the first 30-minute reel ends. And again, I'm sugarcoating a lot of this, but I will say it pulls at you a little bit. Like I wasn't bawling or anything, but it was really, really good. And I'm sorry, my tea is way over there, and I'm not going to get up and get it. But it was really, really good. I want to see this movie now. I just don't know if I want to see it on a big screen because I've already watched the first 30 minutes, and I'm going to be annoyed sitting there watching 30 minutes of a movie I've already seen. But it's a really good clip. I really enjoyed it. I love this so much more than Doctor Strange. Honestly, I'm interested in Doctor Strange, but I can't say I'm excited for it. I'm not a huge fan of the Doctor Strange character, and I didn't particularly like the first movie, but what they show, but it's an MCU movie, so of course I'm going to be there on day one if I can. I don't even know if I have tickets. I'm assuming I have tickets for next Thursday night. But yeah, Lightyear was so much better. It's so much better. It's so, and I feel like Lightyear had a lot of heart, with a lot of real heart and emotional depth to it that I felt was lacking with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So for that reason, I thought the stuff that they showed for Lightyear was so much better than what they showed for Doctor Strange. But we'll find out when I see it next week. After that, one of the many executives came back out and talked a little bit about Bob's Burgers, and that's a show I never really got into, but seeing all these clips kind of makes me want to start watching Bob's Burger because it looks interesting and looks cute. They showed us the first 7 minutes of Bob's Burger, and it was great because as someone who doesn't know anything about Bob's Burger, they do an amazing job of setting up the world, the universe, all the character, the entire family, what the situation is in that first 7 minute opening. And they do like a 5-minute musical number. And I'm not gonna lie, 2 or 3 minutes into the musical number, I was like, okay, enough. Can we move on to something else, please? So I was like, the opening musical number just ran a little long for my taste, but I still loved it because it does an amazing job bringing in newcomers, people who don't know anything about the world, and setting everything up, setting up what the main story is going to be, and you get a sense of what the animation style is going to be. I just don't know if I want to see 90 minutes of that, if I want to sit in a theater for 90 minutes of watching that, but I really enjoyed it. It was good. After that, did James Cameron come out for Avatar? I believe he did. I believe James Cameron was there. I need to learn how to take better notes, people. I need to learn how to take better notes. But next up was Avatar. They talked up Avatar. Yeah, James Cameron did come out for Avatar. Yeah, he was there. He was telling us about Avatar. And the fact that Avatar is going to be 4 freaking sequels. And I was kind of put out because, my new rant is Hollywood is incapable of telling a simple story anymore. And I was so frustrated and annoyed that they were talking about this thing and said it's going to be all about the Sully family and it's going to go 4 movies and all this other stuff. But the one thing they did say that that made me feel a little bit better about the four movie crap is the fact that they said each movie is its own self-contained movie. It's going to tell its own story, but when it ends, then you'll see what the overarching thing is. So I'm assuming it'll probably be along the lines of Harry Potter, like the Harry Potter series, where the first Harry Potter series was like 7 books, but each book told its own self-contained story. And you can watch like one Harry Potter and just be done with it, or watch them all, and then you can see how the characters change and grow over the years, and then see what the overarching arc of their lives are. And I think that's what they're going for with Avatar. So it's not going to be like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where it'll probably end on a bad note and you have to wait a year to see the conclusion. Or it's not going to be like Wicked, where it's artificially split in two, and you're going to have to wait another year or two to see the conclusion. So it's not going to be that. So Avatar is going to be 4 more movies, and each movie is going to be its own self-contained movie. So they showed us a 1-minute clip, and it seemed like a lot of build-up just to watch a 1-minute 3D clip. And I was a little disappointed in that, because I was expecting like a good chunk, like a good 5-6 minutes or something, but the clip is only 1 or 2 minutes, and it looks beautiful. They're filming this using all the latest tech, 4K, high frame rate 3D, and they're gonna make sure everyone can see it as it was meant to be seen. And I'm sitting there thinking, how are you gonna do that when most theaters can barely show 2D properly, and they're not equipped to show high frame rate content, much less high frame rate 3D. So I don't know how you can make that claim that we want to make sure every theater is properly equipped to show this movie the way I want it to be seen. I don't know how you make that bold statement. I kept thinking they were going to make some grand announcement that, yeah, we're Disney. We're going to come out there and pay for every theater to get an upgrade just so they could show this movie over the next 5 years. But that is, along with the Avatar announcement, they also announced that they have a fully remastered version of the original Avatar that they're going to show on the big screen September 23rd. And you know what that means, people? Avatar is finally coming to 4K UHD, baby. Because it's Disney. They're not going to leave money on the table. If they have this beautiful 4K remastered version of Avatar ready for the theaters, and then you have Avatar 2 coming out in December, you know that 4K 3D Blu-ray or whatever is coming out sometime in September, early October. That's just a no-brainer. So I'll be watching Avatar again in 4K on my beautiful 77-inch OLED TV. Although I may actually go into the theater to see that one again, because I kind of would love to see that on 3D like it was originally intended, and like on a big glorious screen. That would probably be kind of a cool experience and really pump you up for seeing Avatar in 3D. And I think if there's one movie franchise you probably must watch in 3D, you got to give it up to Jimmy Cameron. You got to watch Avatar 2 in 3D. That'll probably be the only way to watch that movie. Although, if I had to choose between 3D and 2D, honestly, I would always pick 2D, because I hate watching stuff in 3D, especially since I had to go back to wearing glasses a couple of years ago. It's just uncomfortable. But yeah, I enjoyed the clip. The clip is going to show exclusively starting next week for a week before Doctor Strange. So it will show there. And again, to my earlier point, like, I'm going to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in Dolby Theater at AMC. I'm not watching that in 3D. So the Avatar clip will probably be in 2D, unless they force it in 3D and they give everyone glasses. But it seems like a lot of trouble to go through for a 1-minute trailer, unless they're going to actually see the full movie, all of Doctor Strange in 3D. I don't see them showing that in 2D screenings of Doctor Strange. And then a week later, they said they'll premiere online. So everyone will get to see the trailer a week or two later. So there was that. We also got a look at David O. Russell's new movie, Amsterdam. Again, David O. Russell wasn't there, but they talked a little bit about the movie. Without saying anything, I can't tell you a single thing about this movie other than, oh my God, the amount of stars in this movie is ridiculous. If I throw a name out there, if you throw any name out there, they're in this David O. Russell movie. It's like Robert De Niro, Taylor Swift, Christian Bale, Chris Rock, Margot Robbie, and the list goes on and on and on. And they don't really tell you anything. As far as I can tell, it's a heist movie, or it's a movie about these three friends who formed a tight bond during World War One, and now they have some kind of caper they're trying to pull off in World War Two. And the movie's been built as kind of based on the true story. You know that's probably not true, but based on the true story, and it's an important mission for the war effort or something. So yeah, they showed like a 2-minute clip, and I had no idea what was going on in that clip. It was just like, wow. So, but it was good. It was good. I would say Disney's presentation would get a solid thumbs up. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it. But I would give it a solid thumbs up, A minus or A. I don't know what more I was expecting. Then they put up a slide at the very end saying, and these are all the movies coming in 2022, and some of the movies coming in 2023. And when you see the slide, there's like 8, 9 movies on that slide, but they only focused on 4. And actually, when I talk about Universal, you'll find out why I kind of like that approach. You pick your 3 or 4 movies and just focus on that, and you get everyone talking about those 3 or 4 movies, and the rest will work itself out later. Approach, I kind of like that approach as opposed to like Universal's scattershot approach or Warner Brothers scattershot approach, where basically you spend 10, 15 minutes with the celebrities bantering, and then you show us a 1 or 2 minute clip, and you're like, I felt like I wasted my time there. But with Disney, they really put some meat on the bone for you so you can really get hyped and excited for these movies. And yeah, like I said, Multiverse of Madness is next week. So yeah, that's the Disney presentation. I would try to do something with Universal, but I may not get to it until this weekend. I may not get to anything until this weekend because today's a packed day. Today is packed because we had Top Gun and Paramount for about 5 hours today. We have 3 hours of the Paramount presentation, which is going to screen Top Gun from 9 to 12. And then from 12:30 to 2 p.m., there's a luncheon with Jerry Bruckheimer. And then from 2:30 to 4:30, you get Lionsgate presentation, where we're going to get some John Wick. And then basically from 4:30 to 7, I have some free time, but I'm not going to be doing any videos. I'm going to be trying to find some food probably. And don't even get me started on how much I hate Caesars. And then you have the big screen presentation at 7:30. And then you have the final night party at the pool from 9 to 11. And then I'm getting the heck out of Dodge tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. So I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to squeeze in another video. But I'll upload some interviews that I did over the last couple of days. One with Christie's and one from Cionic. I'll upload those 2 interviews tonight or tomorrow. And then I'll do the recaps of Universal, Paramount, and Lionsgate this weekend when I get home and I'm relaxed. Then I'm in a happy place. Also, Lionsgate had a great party yesterday. A friend got me into the Lionsgate party, and it was a pretty good party. It was at Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill, so we had some good food. And they had a couple of, they were promoting their film all about their father, so they had Leslie Bibb there and Kim Cattrall, so I got a chance to kind of meet them, shake their hands and everything. And I got to tell Leslie Bibb how much I love Popular. I was just watching that show like a couple of months ago. So I still love Popular. I do. And every time I see her, I bring up Popular. Because I think she remembered me. I think I interviewed her like 3 or 4 times. I never talk about her current project. I always talk about Popular. I'm bad. I'm terrible. So anyway, Talk to you guys later. Bye.